Welcome to Undu Life. I am Winifred Vessels, your yoga instructor for the day. Today I have an awesome stress-free practice for you, and I hope you would enjoy this class just as much as I would. Let's first take some time out to appreciate my sets. Hopefully, all the personalized classes I'll be bringing will come from this space. If everyone in the house would just allow me have my space. This is the breeziest part of the house, so you'll probably hear the sliding doors slamming on each other, but don't worry about it. Just concentrate on your poses, take your inhales and your exhales, and just enjoy the flow. Okay, so today we will start on our backs. So let's come down and Shavasana. Spread your legs, go back, drop your arm, and just take deep inhales and exhales. So when you take an inhale, allow your tummy to expand. When you exhale, bring your stomach in. Take another inhale. This time let's exhale through the mouth. Another one just like that. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Now you can close your mouth and then we'll take deep inhales through our nose, exhales through the mouth, and we'll do this 3 times. So take a deep inhale, exhale. Exhale. The last one, inhale. Exhale. You can blink your eyes open if you want, or you just keep your eyes closed. Anyone is fine at this moment. Bring your legs together, and with an inhale, just bring your knee to your chest and give yourself a hug. You don't have to squeeze in tight because this is the first time we're taking this pose. So you can just hold your knee loosely and you can begin to sway from side to side, massaging your lower back. Make your inhales and your exhales deep. Just enjoy the massage of your lower back. You can even take the knee in circles if you want as you're swaying from side to side to make the massage even deeper, or rather to spread it. And then I'll go the other way. Now come back to the center and hug your knee. If you can squeeze in a bit tighter this time, squeeze in, but keep your lower back rested on the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, grab your right knee, lift the left leg and point your toes. You can point both toes. If it gets painful, you can flex and point. Flex and point. But I'm lifting one straight up and then I'm pressing the other knee to my chest. And then slowly I bring the left feet down with my lower back still rested on the floor. Exhale, I lift it back up. Inhale, I take it down. Exhale, back up. Inhale, go down. Lastly, exhale, bring the left knee up, straight up. Inhale, take it down. And then bring the left knee to meet the right. Switch your hands, grab the left knee, squeeze into your chest, and straighten the right leg. Make your inhales and your exhales deep. This time as I exhale, I begin to take the right leg down. Exhale, I bring it back up. Inhale, I take it down. Exhale, bring it back up. Lastly, inhale, take it down. Exhale, come back up. Take it down and then bring the right knee to meet the left. And just go again from side to side, massaging your lower back. I say stress release does not mean that we'll not put in a little bit of work. We'll put in a little bit of work, but we're not going to stress, we're not going to strain, we're just going to enjoy the flow. So let's take an inhale and interlace your fingers and bring it to the back of your head. And lift your shoulders from the floor. Let your lower back be rested. Then inhale, straighten the right legs. Make sure your lower back is still rested on the ground. And then you switch. So don't squeeze your neck in. Just open up your palms, push your head out of the mat and push your shoulder away from the mat. And then we'll switch. We'll do this 10 times. So that's one set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you're not holding your breath, please. Just enjoy the flow. 8, 9, 10. This time, leave the legs hanging. Bring your hand forward. For 5, 4, 3. I'm shaking. 2, 1. Relax. Come back to that Shavasana and take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your legs together and just roll to one side and stay in a fetal position. And then lift yourself up. And we'll come in a seated position. Now, naturally, I tend to bring my right knee in when I'm in a cross-leg position. But just to give both sides of my body balance, I am consciously beginning to pull my left knee in first. I'm going to the leg that is least comfortable first. So I'll pull the left knee in first, and then I'll bring the right knee underneath it. Anyone that, if you can stay in a Gomukhasana, or if you can, lift one leg and place it on the other is fine, but I'm starting slowly first before we go into any intense pose. So make sure your shoulder is in the same line as your waist. Take an inhale and lift up as though there's a string pulling your head straight up to the roof. Release your shoulders from your ear. Keep a straight back and relax. Now inhale, we'll lift our hands, stretch out, and exhale, we'll squeeze in. We'll come up again in an inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. This will work on our core and our pelvic floor. Inhale again. Exhale, squeeze in. When you come in and inhale, you can stretch out your hand, take it round and then squeeze in. So inhale, come up, open it up, bring it together and squeeze in. Or you can just go straight up, inhale, and exhale, you squeeze in. Choose what works for you. Squeeze in. This time when you come up and an inhale, take your right hand down, reach with your right hand, but remain straight. Don't lean towards the right hand, just stay straight and reach with the right hand, and then you can bend to the side. So open up the left oblique, and then we'll switch. Open up, and then this time we'll switch and we'll stay. So let's stay here a bit. Your next inhale, come up. Take your left hand down, and then turn and open up your right oblique. Your next inhale, you can come up, stretch out again, and exhale, come forward. Make sure when you come forward that you don't lift your butt from the ground. So I noticed that as I'm coming down to the center, my knuckles are kind of, would I call it my knuckles now? Yeah, is it my knuckles? No. So you know my ankle are pressing against each other because I'm sitting in the cross-leg position. So I would release the right leg and bring it to the front of the left feet, and I'll open my legs a bit wider to make this pose easier for me. And I'm making sure that my butt cheek is separated so that I can feel my tailbone on the ground, or I can feel my bum relax from the ground. So don't lift your bum, just come forward. Come forward with your chest, don't curve in. So as you're coming forward, keep a straight back and come forward with your chest, and stop where you feel like you're rounding. If you begin to round, just stop there and just feel the pose. And as you take inhales and exhales, before you know what's happening, you'll be able to go even lower without straining yourself and without hurting anything. Make your inhales and your exhales deep. Please do not hold your breath. Please do not hold your breath. The more you breathe and you exhale, trust me, when I first started yoga, they'll be like, oh, breathe into the painful part. Oh, breathe. And I would just be getting irritated, but try my best. But over time, I've seen that breathing actually makes it easier. So breathing calms your body and it helps your body relax into the pose. So you're not building tension. Yeah, it could be a bit of a pressure, opening your hips, especially the hips, right? But just breathe into it. Trust me, it works. It might sound very cheesy, but it's not cheesy. It actually works. So give your body to expand and begin to feel more comfortable in the pose. Sometimes staying still can be a bit annoying, and it makes it even more painful. So if you want to distract yourself, you can just go from side to side. You can stretch out your hand. You can bend your elbow. Whichever one works for you is fine. You can open up your hand into a T. You can press a bit more so that you can come closer to your man. Anyone is fine. And then on an inhale, we begin to come back up. You feel awesome. Now remember, when I was coming into a seated position, I first took my left knee in because I said that was my most uncomfortable part. Now I'm going to take my right knee in, and then the left will be in front of the right knee. So I'll just quickly switch that. Remember, you can also sit in a not a Gomukhasana, but you can bring one leg to rest on top of the other thigh. Just anyone that works for you. So I'm not using exact yogi terms now, just so that it's easier for you to understand and get into the poses. And with time, I begin to throw in the yogi words so that when you hear, oh, go into Shavasana, you know what to do, or go into Malasana, you know what to do, go into Gomukhasana, you know what to do. But let's just let's get used to the poses first, and then we'll go into the cool names, right? So now my right knee is in, and then I'm going to try this with my left knee on top of my right thigh, or my left feet on top of my right thigh this time, and then we'll come forward again. Remember to lead with your chest when you're coming down. You might notice that one side of your body is more flexible than the other. Which is more flexible for me? I think my left, it actually depends on the pose. Isn't that way? Depends on the pose. Okay, I'll stop talking too much and just let you relax in the pose. Okay, so I'm not enjoying this so much, so I'm just going to release my left knee to the front of my right, and then I'm just going to open up the right a bit to give myself space to come in between my crossed legs. So in yoga, you do what your body wants, right? You do what your body is telling you that it needs. You don't have to push it to do what it doesn't need. Remember, you can go from side to side, or you can just stay static in the pose. If you even have a block, you can take it and rest your head on the block. Make your inhales and your exhales deep. And then with your next inhale, begin to come back up. That feels nice, right? Now, let's take some neck rolls, and then we'll stand up. So with an inhale, bring one shoulder. Okay, so with an inhale, take your head to your right shoulder. You're maintaining a straight back, so the only thing you're moving is your head, really. And then you go around. Inhale, come up. Exhale, roll down. And allow yourself to feel the opening and even the creaks and cracks, good cracks. Oh, I feel a good stretch here as I just brought my head to my left shoulder. The stretching was marvelous. Now I have the same thing on this side. Awesome feeling, right? Next time your head comes down, you switch the turn. So now I'm going to start this way, because the other time I started on my right, now I'm starting on my left. Oh, this feels so nice. So nice. This time I'm going to interlace my fingers and I'll take it to the back of my head. And then I'll stay straight and just open up my palm so that I can stretch my upper back. Just make sure that in this pose you're maintaining a straight back. Don't push forward with your chest too much. Just allow your elbows to open and just feel the stretch at your back. You're also opening your chest and you're stretching your upper back. If you want, you can also take the fingers to the back or your hands to the back, interlace your fingers and then just open up your chest. I'm taking deep inhales and exhales while I'm in this pose. And now we'll come forward, we'll come forward into a tabletop position. Oh my goodness, oh my hip is like, thank God, but it feels good, right? Like it's a, how would I call it? It's a, I wanted to say something nasty, but I'd rather not. Okay, so we come to a tabletop position, and then we'll talk, so we'll make sure that our back is not like bent, curved like a banana. Rather, we'll squeeze our pelvis in and not broaden, but hollow the upper back a bit. So we're sort of straight, and then we're looking straight down to the mat. And our shoulders are not, we're not sinking into our shoulders, but we're pushing against the floor. Then we inhale, we'll lift our bum, our stomach presses in, we lift our chest before our head goes up. Take a deep inhale, exhale, bring in your pelvis, your bum, bring in the chest, and then bring your head in. Then inhale, you repeat at your own pace. Exhale. Last time. And exhale. Okay, let's come back to a tabletop position, and then we'll take an inhale, but bring your left knee to the center first. Then we'll take an inhale and we'll lift the right leg straight back. Remember, don't curve in like I just did, so push yourself. Lift your legs, engage your core. Exhale, bring that right knee to the right elbow. Take it back again. We'll do this only 3 times on each side. Bring forward again to the right elbow. So your exhales, you're bringing it in. In your inhales, you're taking your leg back. Exhale. Stretch out that leg. Bring the left hand in and lift the right. Try to balance. So it will not be easy, but just try. Okay, I think I found my balance. And drop. Now with that leg still lifted, lift the left hand. Press against the mat, remember. Bring your shoulders right on top of your wrist. And exhale, drop. Whew. Now we'll do the same thing on the left side. We're not standing at all today, and we're almost done with today's class. Isn't it awesome? Stress-free. Okay, come back to your tabletop and then lift your left leg. Don't curve your back. Press against the floor. Engage your core. Take your shoulders away from your ear. Take an inhale, stretch out. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, stretch out your left leg. Left knee, left elbow. Inhale, stretch out. It might be left knee, left armpit. That's also good. Bring it in. This time, stretch out the left leg and let's test our balance again by lifting up the right hand, or lifting up the left hand. Now with the left leg still lifted, lift up your right hand. And then drop. Let's bring our two big toes to touch. Let's open up our knees. Drop your bum, your glutes on your heel and leading with your chest. Come down to a child pose. Every time you inhale, stretch out. Stretch out your bum, stretch out your head. And when you exhale, press your chest closer to the mat and press your bum closer to your heel. This time on an inhale, you can stretch out your right hand, and exhale, bring your right hand into or right under your left armpit and drop your right ear to the mat. Inhale, bring the right hand back, and then come down to a child pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring out the left hand. Then exhale, bring it under the right armpit and drop your left ear to the mat. Come back to your child pose. Last stretch. So take an inhale and stretch out. Exhale, press in. And then we'll come to the front of our mat. We take a seat. Bring your legs to your front. Make sure you can feel your tailbone on your mat. Straighten out your back. Just last core work before we go into Shavasana. So you can sit straight here and just hold your knee, but not too much weight, not too much grip on your knee. Just hold your knee lightly and engage your core so that your back is straight. Just release your shoulder to drop. Thank you for joining me in this stress-free class. Remember to follow me on Instagram, undu.live, on TikTok, undu.live, same thing on YouTube. Check for my weekly videos for now, and with time hopefully I give you daily content. So let's take an inhale and stretch out the hand. And exhale, begin to roll back slowly. Very slowly. Just putting a little bit of core work here now. And then when you come down, stretch out. Inhale Then exhale, come to your Shavasana. When you're all positioned in your Shavasana, just ensure you're not gripping anywhere. You're not holding tension in your neck, your shoulder, your waist. Adjust properly till you're comfortable in your mat. Once you're comfortable, take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Release your breath now and breathe like you normally would. You can stay as long as you want in Shavasana. Ending this video does not mean Shavasana is over. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.